as men, as young men, we are so focused on hustle culture and what the internet talks about and doing big things, working, grinding all the time. And the craziest thing is that I have had my biggest revolutions. I have made the most amount of money. I have figured out the things that I needed to figure out when I took time to just stop and sit on the beach out here and take a break and think about what needs to be done instead of doing it and hustling and working really hard at something. Sorry if the camera's a little shaky. Might hurt my shoulder and it doesn't like me holding the camera. Bring a tripod next time. But so many of us get caught in this hustle culture and this grind, and there's time for that. There's seasons for that, but it's stopping you from getting to the next level. You can't, if you are hustling all the time, if you're grinding all the time, then you are a worker. You might as well just go to a 9-to-5 and go do that, because the people who really make the big decisions, right? Think about like Warren Buffett, right? He says, if I make one good decision a year, 1 or 2 good decisions a year, it was a good year, right? And so obviously we're not at that level for sure, but we can take that principle, because if you just keep digging and digging and digging and work really hard, but you're working down the wrong avenue or you're going down the wrong path, that is not going to serve you very well, right? It's not going to help you very much. It's not going to allow you to do what you need to do and accomplish what needs to get accomplished, because you are going down the wrong path. So sometimes you have to take a step back. I'm gonna go edit a bunch of videos after this, edit some TikTok shop videos to keep my assets, to keep my digital assets flowing, right? To keep making me a couple $100 a day. But realistically, on just that, I'm, making $300-400 a day, working an hour a day on just that. I have some other things that I'm building that are bigger things, and whatnot. But for my main money maker right now, I'm only working an hour a day on that. But it's because I'm not hustling, I'm not grinding, I'm not doing that. It's because I've chosen the right opportunity, and I've also chosen the right, I've chosen the ability to build an asset that continues to make money for me, instead of grinding all the time. And like what I was doing before, where spending a little bit more time like coaching in the weeds with people, like that's all great and that's part of my journey. But where I'm at right now and where I've come to realize is that it's so important to build an actual digital, build these digital assets that produce for you, right? And so I found that, starting to find that in some different methods in building a personal brand, building TikTok shop accounts, creating content that continues to produce money for me, and eventually going to be getting into building my own brand, and probably going to be building a brand in e-commerce and whatnot, right? Because that's just the next logical step for me for where I'm at right now. But I wouldn't be able to do all that if I wasn't thinking a lot of times, and that can lead to overthinking too. So you have to be careful with that too. Just like you can overwork and go in the wrong direction and go too far in the wrong direction, you can also overthink yourself into making the wrong decisions, which I have done as well. So there's that difficult balance of putting your head down, doing the hard work, getting what needs to get done, doing that. But also don't dig in the wrong direction, because so much of the time that's what is our actual downfall. That is why we work so much and feel like we're not getting enough done. We feel like we're spinning our wheels. We feel like we're going round and round in circles, and we keep ending up at the same place. We make some money online, we do something, but we're not building anything that is actually long term. What you can do to build something long term, there's an airplane. What you can do to build something long term is you can build these digital assets that will continue to build and compound over time. And that is something like a personal brand. That is something like these right now, I really believe if you have something, you have a skill that you're teaching people how to do something, you have a skill that you want to monetize, like build your personal brand and sell products, services, whatever, based off of that, for sure. Coaching, products, services. I have a lot of experience with that. You know, I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars online, and only 22 years old. To give myself a little credibility, forgot to open with that. But if you have those skills, if you have those assets, if you have those abilities, knowledge, skill sets, abilities, then the best thing for you to do might be building a personal brand and just running that up, right? But if you are not sure what to do, you're kind of like stuck in the middle, you've maybe done some stuff before, or you're brand new, I truly think the best opportunity right now is TikTok Shop and building these accounts, these TikTok Shop accounts that are going to produce for you, right? The videos that I have making me hundreds of dollars every day are videos that I posted weeks ago. I got sick. I get sick like once a year. I got sick like a couple weeks ago, a week or two ago. And I didn't post for like a week on the TikTok Shop accounts. I still made $300 to $400 a day, right? I still made like $2,500 that week or something, $3,000 that week, something like that. Even though I didn't do anything, I didn't even post. It's because of all the work that I've done previously to build that asset. So focus more on building assets rather than just doing work to get outcomes, because then it's essentially a 9 to 5, right? Where you're working for your time. There's nothing wrong with trading time for money, but you get to a point, like I said, where I'm at now, where, okay, I've built some personal brand stuff. I'm going to continue doing it. I've done a few different business models. I've done coaching. I've sold services, sold products, but now I'm getting to a point where I need to build these assets. I need to build these things that are going to continue to provide for me, and something that I can build over time and grow and has a compound interest, instead of just trading my time for money. So you get to that point, and you might be there now, or if you're just starting out, build your skills first, take your knowledge and monetize it. You know, sell coaching, sell services, sell consulting, sell stuff that you're good at and you know how to do. Get that under your belt first, but at the same time, start building a personal brand. Build a digital asset, right? Build a brand, whether that's a product brand, a personal brand around you. So you have to do that. You have to do that, because that's the next level. That's the next step. That's how you get to where you want to be. That's how, like I said, able to work, you know. I'm gonna go edit some videos later, but that's all I have to do today. I filmed a little bit yesterday, had a meeting with my tax guy. Today, I'm just chilling on the beach in this beautiful, beautiful beach here in Florida, smoking a cigar, thinking about next steps, what I have to do. I'm thinking high level instead of thinking short term and low level. So think about that next time you're stuck in the grind. There's nothing wrong with the seasons of the grind, but think about the bigger picture. Think about the digital asset that you're building that's going to compound. Don't forget to spend time with friends, family, loved ones. Don't forget about that, because that's so important. And there's no point in making all this money. There's no point in living this life if you're not able to do what I'm doing right now. And instead of putting it off until a later time, once I make this money, once I hit this goal, once I do these things, then I'm going to enjoy life. Enjoy life while you're young, right? Make friends. You know, take care of yourself, but every once in a while, stay out late, you know, have amazing experiences. Go, you know, like, take beautiful women on dates and have super fun nights. And I'm not saying be degenerate. I'm not talking about go fuck around and you know, sleep with a bunch of women at all. That's not what I'm saying at all. It's not what I do. That is not what I promote at all. There's nothing wrong with, you know, taking beautiful women out, taking them to dinner, having fun, going, getting to know someone, even if it doesn't work out, you know, you're gonna have that memory. You got to collect these memories, because that's what you're going to remember when you're old. That's what you're going to remember. That's how you're going to learn lessons and gain experiences, is by collecting all these memories. There's a really good book from Bill Perkins called Die with Zero. I've read it twice. I've given out a bunch of copies to my friends. I love this book because he talks about you can make all this money and then you retire, and then when you retire you just want to chill and hang out with your grandkids. You don't want to go travel the world then. You want to travel the world while you're young. You want to do this stuff while you're young, right? You want to have these experiences while you're young and while you're able to, because when you're old you're not going to want to do that. You're not going to have the energy for that. Important things to think about and to focus on. So we'll wrap that one up here. We'll see you on the next one.